Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the full year 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Aquarius. That sounds so crazy to say, but we are going to take a look at what's coming for you for 2023, letting go of 2022. But as always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards, Aquarius. I do also recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on, especially because we're looking at the entire year. You're gonna want to get as much info as possible. Also, if you have not done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. With that being said, let's go and jump in and get started. I'm going to do a really similar reading to what my readings usually are. So it's wrapping up and coming to a close, but this is going to be what's wrapping up and coming to a close for 2022. We're going to take a general look at 2023. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and in the fifth and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. So some guidance going into 2023. We're also going to do a crystal of the year. I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions regarding 2023. We're also going to do a healing note and a couple other messages for you. But again, let's take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close for you. So what's staying in 2022? The first card that we have is dependability. This is kind of like a summary card. This is an interesting one, Aquarius, because I feel like a lot of people have come to you with a lot of things this year. And it's wonderful to be dependable, but it can be really tiring too. A lot of people counted on you and relied on you. And it's not to say like in 2023 you'll be unreliable or people can't depend on you, but I think less people are going to come and ask you and poke you and tap you for help, which isn't a bad thing. Sometimes we become so dependable that it's tiring for us energetically. So I like to see this shift for you. Again, energetically, it looks really good. Again, doesn't mean you'll be undependable, unreliable next year, but just less asked of you by others, which is, again, coming through nicely. Let's see, though, what other messages we have here, Aquarius. So the first card that we have here is the Empress card. The Empress card is a card of abundance. It's a card of creation. I think you've really been able to do a lot for yourself this year in terms of creating what you want. It's been an abundant year for you. That doesn't necessarily mean like this is ending, but this is kind of a reflection of where you've been and what's happened this year. This is also a card of fertility, so potentially your family has grown some this year. The next card that we have is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is very fast. It's like speed, action, quick change. It's almost like one thing after another, after another, after another. And that might kind of sum up your year, Aquarius. That's not bad, but it's not great. It's tiring. So this is kind of a reflection of just all of the events and how rapidly they've come to you these last few months, or really the entire 2022. At the bottom here we have the World card. The World card's a card of completing a goal, completing a lesson. In general, it's a card of completion, a card of endings, and it's really fitting in this column because, again, this is what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So this is almost like closing the book on 2022. But I think there maybe were a lot of goals and lessons and a lot of things happening really quickly. And it's like, we don't have to have that continuous lesson learned type energy. It just seemed one thing after another, Aquarius. That seems to be the theme of what happened this year. Let's clarify though and see if there's any other messages hidden in here. The first card that we have is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. If you take a look at this person's eyes are bound, or eyes are blindfolded, their arms are bound down, but there's all these swords stuck in the ground around them, so they could very easily wiggle back and cut themselves free. So it's interesting. There could have been times too where you've really been limiting yourself this year, Aquarius, and I like to see this ending. This is something good to leave in 2022, is any self-doubt or self-limitations you've had. I do think you were able to create a lot for yourself. It was really abundant, but this is almost like next level, and you can leave some of this self-doubt or this self-restriction in 2022. The next card that we have is the Two of Swords. This is compromising. And I'm not surprised to see this because, again, I feel like you had to be the dependable one. People were tapping you and constantly needing something from you. And that Eight of Wands, again, is like that boom, 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 boom. Things just happening. So, again, I like to see compromise staying here. You just won't have that constant need of others, it seems like, going into 2023. So again, another not bad thing to leave behind here. And then with the Two of Wands, this is waiting for results. You've been waiting for this ending. You've been waiting for 2022 to wrap up. Hang in there because we're almost there. I'm recording this now like in the first week of December. So you're really so close. But it's like you've been waiting for things to end. You've been waiting to get through all the lessons you needed to get through. You've been waiting for the boom, 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 boom events to kind of slow, Aquarius. So we are here now. I like to see that. Let's move on though, taking a look at general what's coming for 2023. We have the card Reaction. This is an interesting one. This is like taking time to process feelings, taking time to process emotions. But this is also like coming through, Aquarius, as like, take time to stop and smell the roses. Like, I feel like so much happened and 2022 moves so fast. This is like taking time for yourself, taking a moment, enjoying the moment, enjoying the time. So try not to let 2023 just kind of blaze past you. I'm sure it's going to be over before you know it. It hasn't even started yet, and I'm already like seeing the ending there. But take the time to stop and smell the roses. Let's take a look though and see kind of what big messages we have coming through for you here going into 2023. The first card that we have is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is very supportive, very tolerant, very empathetic. The kind of energy that I'm feeling coming through already, Aquarius, and it pairs really nicely with the cards below, is I feel like there is going to be something big you're working towards in 2023. The King of Cups is a reminder to be tolerant and keep pushing and stay persistent. And it's kind of like, as a bump comes in the road, you just gotta kind of go right over it and not think about it. So keep that type of energy in mind. Stop and smell the roses, but as things pop up, just kind of keep pushing forward. The next card that we have is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of waiting for results. It's delayed success. Again, I see this being a journey. It's not going to be like, oh, it's a one and done. It's something I see you working at through maybe 6 months of next year. So something you're really chipping away at, staying persistent on. It's not a quick win, if you will. It's going to take a little bit of time and a bit of effort. You definitely got this, Aquarius. The reward at the end is going to be huge, but again, I just see you working at something and it taking a little bit of time. At the bottom, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles sums that up as well. This is a card of being reliable. This is a card of being hardworking. So remember, stay patient, keep heads down, keep chipping away at this thing, even though it takes time and it takes persistence. One thing I love about the Knight of Pentacles, though, is this is like reaping the benefits of your hard work. So there will be the success that you're hoping for coming off of this item. So you'll be glad you did. I'd love to see that. So with the Empress, I was like, it doesn't mean creation and abundance will stop in 2023. Here's your continued creation and abundance that we saw so strongly in 2022 carrying through. We have the Empress card again, though. So side-by-side Empresses, both in that number one slot for you there. Again, I'd love to see this energy coming forward for you from last year into the new year. This is creation. This is abundance. You have the ability to create whatever you want. You have the resources to do it. Really like to see this. Potentially more growth of your family going into 2023 as well. It is a card of fertility and pregnancy and family matters. But you're going to continue to have a very abundant year. You're going to, again, have that ability to create whatever you want. This big thing that you're working on is going to take persistence and going to take time, but still having that strong ability to create whatever you want there. The next card that we have is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles, this is coming through as interesting to me because last year, or 2022, I should say, it was like you gave so much, but now it's like you're on the receiving end. So I see things coming in. So I like to see this. The Six of Pentacles is you receiving rather than having to give so much this year, Aquarius. Now, at the bottom here, we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a card of bully, theft, violent, abusive, some sort of toxic relationship, not very healthy relationship here. This appears to be a friend, if I'm looking at this correctly, Aquarius. I think there could be a friend, potentially a friend relationship that ends for you this year, but it's like somebody you kind of had a long history with that maybe it's not the best friendship. And it just looks like in 2023, we do actually end that relationship. Again, looking at that Nine of Pentacles, like you've worked really hard for it, but it's just like no matter what you do, it's still not that quality relationship that you need and deserve. So I do see a relationship ending here with the Five of Swords. Okay, let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. Think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. Whatever you associate with money, Aquarius, I'm going to pull you like a money wisdom card to start with. This is a card of practice. So the far left back corner of your home is considered your wealth corner. Adorn it with things that encourage money to flow, such as water fixtures or some sort of abundance crystal, maybe like a citrine or some sort of waterfall. So this is just like a tip trick, something you can do. But that back left corner of your house, let's see what we have in terms of money cards coming up, taking a peek at your money situation going into 2023. The first card that we have is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is an interesting card. I realize it looks a little dark and gloomy, but it's a card I actually really like. This is a card of necessary transition. You see people heads are hanging down, facing away from us, their swords in the boat, but this is heading in a forward, positive direction, and that's why I love it, Aquarius. So I think you're on some sort of career or financial journey this year. The next card that we have is the Hangman. The Hangman is a card of being stagnant. So financially you could be feeling stagnant. Career-wise you could be feeling stagnant. But it looks like we're finally going to get that movement that we've been waiting for. The Hangman is also a card of wisdom. It's a card of sacrifice to get the things done that we want to get done. But it's more like you have the wisdom, the knowledge that you need to make this next career move or financial move. So I like to see that. There's forward movement, and that's what's important here. At the bottom, we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active. It's new project, new creative idea. You definitely could have some sort of undertaking here. Maybe you're starting like a side business for yourself or opening your own company. Maybe you're starting a restaurant. I'm getting food truck for some of you. Hopefully that resonates. It's an interesting message. But with the Page of Wands, again, this is something new, and this is something you really enjoy. It's very creative. This could even be like a new hobby too that ends up like becoming an Etsy shop or something of that sort. Some new big project, and it's very creative energy. Let's clarify out this column here and see what else we've got going on. The first card we have is the Six of Wands. I love this. The Six of Wands is a card of victory, award, recognition, good news, success. So you're going to be really successful in this transition. Again, it's like you have the wisdom you need to move forward now, Aquarius. You're moving forward with this career or financial move. And of course, it's going to be wildly successful with the Six of Wands on top there. The next card that we have is the Tower card. The Tower card's a card of unwanted change typically. This is interesting because I think you found something out and it wasn't what you expected. The wisdom you gained, let me think about how I want to say this. What you thought your next move would be is not your next move anymore, Aquarius. But that's not a bad thing. As we gain wisdom, as we gain knowledge, as we gain experience, as time passes, things change. So this is just indicating a change in what you thought it would be. So you were stagnant waiting for this one thing to happen, and it's going to happen differently than you thought it would. But again, we have a lot of success with this transition, so you'll be glad you did it, but it's again just not what you thought it was going to be initially. And at the bottom here we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is typically a love card, but it is a card of partnership and proposal. So again, this is like that new job opportunity, that new project, that new side business. There's just opportunity here. There could also be a relationship that develops too. Perhaps this is a business partner, a mentor, but some sort of really meaning financial or career relationship there. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. Similar to the money card, I do have a love card, so I'm going to give you a quick love message at the top. It says, wait, do not rush into it, allow nature to take its course. So no rushing with love going into 2023, but let's see what messages we have here. All right, so the first card that we have is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of rivalry, challenges, obstacles. I think if you're in a relationship, I kind of see bumpy ground happening here, Aquarius. There just seems to be a lot of conflict. This could also be with a friend or family member. Again, we did talk about this relationship that was ending, but it just seems like there's reoccurring conflict or reoccurring issues that's popping up regarding love. The next card that we have is the Seven of Swords. This is a card of theft, betrayal, dishonesty. And I think that's going to be the basis of the Five of Wands conflict we're seeing. It'll be theft, betrayal, dishonesty. It's again some relationship that's not serving you well. This is definitely going to be tied to this Five of Swords and ending that relationship. This could be love interest for some of you, but again, I think for many of you, it's a friendship that's not serving you well. And then here at the Two of Pentacles, it's kind of like you're weighing the pros and cons of the relationship. Do you stay or do you go? Make sure that you're not rushing into anything, rushing into any decisions. But again, I do think the decision is going to end up being to end that relationship. The first card, the first clarifier we have here is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very new and creative, and it's like in order for something new to come, this relationship needs to end. Also, it feels like no matter what solution or creative idea you come up with to prevent these conflicts, it doesn't seem to fix it. So no matter what you're trying, it doesn't seem to fix it here. But again, this does feel like if we close the door on this, there is a new relationship, a new friendship, a new love interest. The next card we have is the Knight of Pentacles. Again, this is that being reliable and working hard, and we've tried solutions. We've tried to get around this conflict. At the bottom here, we have the Sun card. The Sun card is, in terms of good cards in the deck, it really doesn't get much better than the Sun card. This is material happiness, joyous outcome, success. We're going to be glad we closed the door on this person, truthfully. There's a lot more joy. There's a lot more happiness. And again, it's like closing the door and opening the door. There's a new, much better, more positive relationship on the other side of this. Okay, now let's look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guide, something to take into the end of the year with you, or excuse me, into the new year with you. So 2023 guidance. We have the card Alliance. I like this. Alliance is about leveraging your resources, leveraging your support system that you have. Let's take a look at messages here. The first one we have is the Six of Pentacles. We talked about this earlier, actually. We had the Six of Pentacles. The switch is flipping here, Aquarius. You went from giving to now receiving and being well supported by your alliance, well supported by your team. The next card that we have is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is very bold, very powerful, very charming. This is you. People naturally gravitate towards you. People are still going to come to you for advice. You're kind of in this power position still. But it's not going to be like it was where people were so heavily dependent and reliant on you in 2022. But I do still see you kind of blazing a path and leading people forward. At the bottom here, we have the Ten of Cups. For those of you who've watched my readings before, you know the Ten of Cups is my favorite card in the entire deck. We have the full rainbow here, happy couple, kids playing, the grass is green, the water's running, there's a house in the background. The Ten of Cups is the card of everything wonderful. It's family, it's contentment, it's total love and support. Again, good alliance surrounding you, good support system around you, lots of unconditional love, unconditional support. Again, it's like you were giving to everyone and now it's like you're surrounded and being given that same support that you provided. But this is the card of contentment. This is good. I love this, especially in this final corner, that kind of last message for you. Couldn't end on a better card than the Ten of Cups, in my opinion, because, you know, I love the Ten of Cups. Let's take a look here at other cards. Lots of throne cards. So this is like you in a strength and power position here. The King of Swords is very intentional, very strategic, moving yourself forward, getting done what you want to get done. I think there's going to be a lot of big moves for you in 2023. But again, the support system there, you have whatever you need to accomplish whatever you want. So this strategic planning is going to be really, really easy. The King of Swords is also like leveraging your resources, getting professional help. But again, there's people willing to give. You have the Strong Alliance card at the top. We have the Queen of Pentacles next, which is very resourceful. Definitely using your resources in an appropriate manner, and one of your resources being your alliance. So all around strong use of resources going into 2023. And at the bottom, we have another strategic card. The Emperor's long term. It's planning for the future. Your alliance, your resources, everything is aligning you to go in the right direction. Contentment's going to continue forward starting in 2023 and carrying forward. So I like to see that as well. Okay, now I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. I recommend you ask 3 questions about 2023, but you can ask whatever you want, Aquarius. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quickly here. But question number 1 is the 8 of Hearts. This is number 36 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the 7 of Clubs. This is number 20 card. That's also a yes. And question number 3 is the 6 of Clubs. This is number 43 card. That's going to be a no. So yes, yes, no for you. We also are going to take a look at Crystal of the Year for you. So we're going to take a look at our Healing Stones deck. Your crystal for 2023 is going to be agate. It's good for retreat, calm, stability, and it really protects you from outside influences. So keep agate with you throughout the year of 2023. We're also going to pull a card from our Let Go deck because, you know, we need to let go of 2022 and get ready for 2023. Your Let Go message says, meditate to dispel all fears and become beautiful, enchantingly magnetic person. Then we're also going to do an Angel Wishes card. This is a message from somebody on the other side, a loved one who's passed away. It says, problems resolve when you surrender them to your angels. And last but not least, Aquarius, we always end on our healing note because we can always use more healing. Your healing note says, life always offers you a second chance. It's called tomorrow. Thank you so much, Aquarius, for tuning in, watching, and listening. I can't wait to see you thrive in 2023. This is a really great reading. But please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this reading resonates. Also, subscriptions help me really greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you, Aquarius, and I hope you have the best 2023.